Hey everyone, it's Julie. Today we'll be making one of my favorite cakes, tres leches, also known as three milks. It's really delicious, and if I love this, you'll at least like it. But trust me, you'll love it. So let's get started. Here I have 5 eggs that I separated. You want to separate the yolks from the white, and do not skip this step like I did the first time I ever made this cake. It turned out atrocious. Alright, so to your yolks, you want to add half of the sugar. And the complete recipe can be found on my website, cookedbyjulie.com. Go ahead and mix that until it's a nice pale yellow color like this. Add a little bit of vanilla extract. I'm finished with that bottle, so I've been baking a lot. Pour in some milk. As far as the yolks go, you're done for now. Let's move on to the egg whites. Mix the egg whites on high speed. If you don't have a mixer, just use your lovely hands and go to town with it and pour in the remaining sugar. So you want your egg whites to look like that. Here I have my all-purpose flour. To it I'm going to add the baking powder and salt. Give it a quick little mix. You then want to pour in your yolk and milk mixture. Make sure everything is well mixed. And then finally you want to fold in the egg whites. I like to do it a little at a time only because it's easier and you don't want to completely deflate the egg whites. Now you want to pour the batter into a 9 by 13 buttered cake pan. Make sure to grease the pan well. This is sort of a dry cake. We want it to be that way so when we pour the milk mixture later on, it doesn't fall apart. So you definitely want to use you don't want to use a moist cake for this recipe, if that makes sense. Now you want to give it a tap, so all the air bubbles, there's one little air bubble, okay. Bake this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. Once it comes out of the oven, you want to flip it over onto a nice platter. I use an old dirty baking sheet. I mean dirty because it burned. Only because I didn't plan on making this recipe. Usually I plan recipes. Alright, so now you want to take 1 can of condensed milk, 1 can of evaporated milk. At this point I was so furious and annoyed because it didn't fit. Anyways, all right, so 1 can, let's start all over. 1 can of condensed milk, 1 can of evaporated milk, and about 1/4 cup of whole milk. So there you have it, the 3 milks. Give everything a mix, and let's see, does that have egg? Nope, so you can taste it. With clean fingers, obviously. All right, so take a couple forks or 1 fork if you're a little more patient, and you want to poke the cake all over. Poke, poke, poke. Do you guys remember the poking on Facebook? Is that still going on? I never understood the Facebook poking. I deactivated my Facebook account years ago. I mean, wait, I have a Cooked by Julie Facebook account. I meant a personal one. All right, enough chat. Let's get back to business. Take a ladle, or if you have a big measuring cup with a pour spout, awesome, use that. And now you want to pour all of the milk mixture slowly onto the cake. Make sure to get the corners, they tend to be the driest. Oh, and very important, you want to let the cake cool completely before pouring the milk mixture. Again, let's say it together. Let the cake cool completely when it comes out of the oven before pouring the milk mixture. I was chatting a bit about Facebook, probably threw you guys off, but good thing I remembered. And then after you're done pouring all of the milk, you can frost the cake with some homemade whipped cream. It's just heavy cream and powdered sugar. I'll provide the recipe for that as well. Yeah, so I just plopped it on top and I just went for it afterwards. I just cut a slice and you can eat it right away or you can place it in the fridge. Now, the first time I made this, it was horrific. It was really, really tough, the cake. It turned really hard in the fridge. It's garbage. If the cake turns hard after being in the fridge, you don't want to eat that. It shouldn't be that way. It should be really soft. I decorated with a little bit of raspberries and blueberries, drizzled a little bit of caramel, and this was one of the best cakes I've ever made. Super soft, and it remains soft even after being in the fridge because they do tend to get a little hard. Not this one. This one remained super soft. I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys give this recipe a try because it's so delicious. I used to hate this cake when I was a kid. Why? Because my mom used to always buy it, not make it, buy it. Ice cream cake was my favorite. Crazy, I know. So if you've never tried this, definitely give it a try. You will love it. Well, I really hope you love it. Let me know if you do, and I want to thank you all so much for watching.